Hello all, welcome to Homeschool. We are with the chapter Tissues, isn't it? In our previous video, we have discussed about simple permanent tissue, right? And what was the simple permanent tissue? The tissue which is made up of same type of cells. All cells present in a tissue are similar in their structure, size, etc. Yes or no? And in this class, particularly, we are going to discuss about complex permanent tissue. So, what do you mean by a complex permanent tissue? It's very simple, guys. It is that tissue which is made up of more than one type of a cell. Simple permanent tissue you had observed, all cells are same in their size and shape. But in complex permanent tissue, all cells present in a tissue is not same. They are different in their size, different in their shape, even different in their function also. Clear? So it is that tissue which is made up of more than one type of cells is called complex permanent tissue. Let us write the definition first. Tissue which is made up of more than one type of a cell. More than one type of a cell is called complex permanent tissue. Okay, we actually have two types of complex permanent tissue, guys, right? So there are two types, very important. The first one is xylem tissue. Second one, phloem tissue. Xylem tissue, phloem tissue. Actually, both of them are called as vascular bundles. They are called vascular bundles. Okay. Say, in other words, they can also be called as conducting tissues. They are also called as conducting tissues. Clear? Can you tell me why they are called as vascular bundles or conducting tissue? Conducting in the sense what? Passing the materials from one place to another place. This is what we mean by conduction, isn't it? So here in a plant body, imagine this is a plant, okay, plant or a tree which has a long bark, roots, okay, and full of leaves. And here water has to be passed from roots to all parts of a plant, right? And food also have to be passed from one place to another place. Actually, food is prepared in leaves. So that particular food, food is prepared in leaves. This particular food have to go to all the branches, it should go to all the roots and everything. And to prepare the food, water is necessary. Say, roots absorb water mainly, and this water should pass through roots to all parts of a plant. Say here, water has to be passed from one place to another place, and food also have to be passed from one place to another place in a plant body. Okay, so actually speaking, xylem is the guy which helps in conducting water, which helps in passing water from roots to leaves. Clear? And phloem tissue is the one which helps in passing food from leaves to other parts of a plant. Clear? Understood the function of xylem and phloem here? So xylem is the tissue that is helping in passing water from where to where? From roots to all parts of the body. And what is the function of a phloem, guys? Phloem is helping in passing food. From where to where? Food is prepared in leaves. So the food is moving from leaves to all parts of a plant. Okay, so that is the main duty of xylem and phloem. Since the guys are used for the passage of things, that is food and water, from one place to another place, they are called with the term vascular bundles or conducting tissue. Understood why we call them as vascular bundles or conducting tissue? Because they can helpful in carrying water as well as food from one place to another place. Clear? And now, first and foremost, let us try to discuss about the xylem tissue. As I already told you, xylem tissue is a conducting tissue. That means it carries water from roots to all parts of a plant. Okay? So what I can write here is, it is a conducting tissue which carries, what it carries? Water, okay, from roots to all parts of a plant. All parts of a plant. This is very important, guys. Okay. And now, actually, xylem is a complex permanent tissue. I told you, permanent tissue is made up of more than one type of cells, I said. So here, xylem also consists of more than one type of a cell. Tissue means what? Group of cells. Okay, all cells in a xylem is not similar in their size and structure. Okay, few cells are very long, few cells do a different job. You know, like that, different cells present in a tissue is different in their size, structure, as well as in the function also. Clear, everybody? Fine. Say now let us talk about the different elements or components present in a xylem. Clear? So xylem mainly consists of four components. Okay? So all the four components we are going to discuss. See, the first component, that means the first type of a cell. In xylem, you have different types of cells actually. The first type of a cell is called xylem vessels. Second type of xylem cells are called tracheids. And the third type is xylem parenchyma. And the fourth type is xylem fibers. So xylem tissue is made up of these four types of cells, guys. First one is vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Clear? Now let us talk about the xylem vessels. You know, the xylem vessels are actually cylindrical. They are cylindrical, elongated tubes. Okay? And these guys are actually the dead cells. They are the dead cell. Remember, guys, xylem vessels are the dead cells. They are not living. Clear? And they usually have pits. Okay? There are small pits in the sense very minute holes. Okay? And actually, these pits have lignified walls. Lignified walls. The cell wall is made up of lignin. You know how they look like? If I have to draw their structure, you know, this is how they look like. Okay? And these are pits. So through the pits, water is carried from one place to another place. Okay? So what is the main function of xylem vessel here? Carries water. Okay? Say like this. This is one xylem vessel. I'll draw here. This is one xylem vessel. Clear? And upon this, one more vessel would be there. Like this, it goes on. Clear, everybody? And each and every cell, xylem vessel cell, has these pits, guys. So through the pits, water will actually go in a upward direction. Okay, so this xylem vessel is a continuous channel that is present right from roots to leaves. Okay, so from roots, this is one xylem vessel, one after the other. Okay, another xylem vessel. So from roots onwards, this continuous line will start. Okay, and through the pits, through these small holes, actually the water passes from one cell to another cell. And the small holes, walls are made up of a chemical called lignin. Okay, we have studied about a lignin in the previous class. Lignin is a kind of chemical, isn't it? That's all about the xylem vessels. And coming to the tracheids. Tracheids are elongated tubes. They are also elongated tubes only, and these guys are also actually the dead cells. Clear? And they also have pits. And the wall of a pit is made up of lignin. Clear? See, these guys also carries water, okay, from roots to all parts of a plant. You know how they look? But their structure is quite different. Okay, so this is how they look. You know, this is how they look. Okay, tracheids. This is one tracheid. Above this, one more tracheid cell will be there. Okay, say like this, it continues. This is one tracheid. Okay, above this, one more tracheid would be there like this. Above this, one more tracheid. Like that. Like how your xylem vessels were placed one above the other, no? So this is one tracheid cell. Above this, another tracheid cell, another tracheid cell. It goes on from bottom to tip of a plant. Clear? And coming to xylem parenchyma. You know, xylem parenchyma is a living cell. It is actually a living cell. Remember, guys, tracheids are dead cells. Vessels are dead cells. Okay, but the xylem parenchyma have a living cells. Okay, so what is the main purpose of xylem parenchyma? It actually stores food. It stores food, guys. Okay, say the tracheids as well as vessels, both of them helpful in carrying water from one place to another place. But xylem parenchyma is not carrying water, guys. It is just, it has to make the entire tissue live. Okay, so the xylem parenchyma helps the entire tissue to be alive. Okay, so this is the living cells that are present in a xylem tissue. Okay, and these guys actually store food. Clear? So how does a xylem parenchyma look like? Just like the parenchyma cells, guys. Okay, so you will have a nucleus, you know, cytoplasm would be there. This is one xylem parenchyma. This is another xylem parenchyma. Okay, they are the nucleated cells. Right? Living nucleated cells are called xylem parenchyma. And coming to xylem fibers, these are also dead cells. Okay, and they give, what is their function? Give mechanical support or strength. Okay, they are meant for giving some sort of strength and support to the tissue, that's it, to the plant. Clear? So these are the 4 components, that is the 4 different types of cells present in a xylem tissue. Okay, xylem vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Okay, you know guys, say how they are arranged, together. Say for example, this is your tree, okay. Say xylem tissue is the one which has to pass the water from one place to another place, say from bottom to top. Okay, say it can carry the water in only one direction, guys. Okay, so remember this point, this is very important. See, I'll write it here. Xylem carries water in only one direction. Okay, that is from roots to leaves. Okay, that means from bottom to top. Yes or no? Where will be the roots present? Bottom. So water can flow in only one direction, that is from bottom to top. Clear? So and tracheids, vessels, parenchyma, fibers, all of them are present together, and that makes a long bundle throughout the plant. Okay, so you know how the bundle is present. Say for example, one tracheid cell is there. Okay, this is one tracheid cell. Above this, one more tracheid cell is there. Okay, and after that, a xylem vessel would be there. See, this is a xylem vessel. Clear? Pits are there. This is another cell of xylem vessel, right? And now xylem parenchyma would be there. This is one xylem parenchyma cell. This is another xylem parenchyma cell. Then xylem fibers, like this. See, this is a tracheid, this is a vessel, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers. So all the 4 components will stay together and it will run from bottom to all parts of a body. This bundle continuously present right from roots to all parts of a body. Okay, so all 4 components will stay together and forms a long bundle. Clear? From bottom to all parts of a plant. Clear? So that is about the xylem tissue. So what you have to remember about the xylem tissue compulsorily is, xylem consists of the 4 components, the names you should remember. Okay, and you should know that here xylem vessels and tracheids are helpful in conducting water. Okay, and xylem parenchyma is the only component which is actually living. Remaining 3 components are dead cells. They have dead cells. Clear? And the water can be passed in only one direction, guys. Unidirectional. Clear? Fine. And there is one more work by xylem parenchyma. Actually, this guy helps in conducting water. That means conducting in the sense what? In carrying water. Conducting water in sideways. Okay. Say for example, this is a long bundle. Say water would be passed through tracheids and vessels in only one direction. But if the water have to pass to this side or this side of a plant, this side and this side of a plant, xylem parenchyma will help. Okay, so this will help water to get conducted in sideways direction also. That is one more duty done by xylem parenchyma. So that's all about the xylem. So in xylem, the 3 components are the dead cells. Only one component is living. What is that? Xylem parenchyma. Right? So this completes about the xylem. We will move towards the phloem. Coming to phloem tissue. Phloem tissue is also having 4 different cells. the components of phloem tissue we have to learn. Before that, let us study about what job is done by a phloem tissue. Okay, so phloem tissue conducts, xylem tissue conducts water from one place to another place, isn't it? Similarly, phloem tissue conducts food from leaves to all parts of a plant. All parts of a plant. Okay? And you know, actually water conducted in only one direction. Okay? Water can go only from bottom to top portion. But food transport can go in all direction. Food can go from top to bottom, bottom to top, you know, sideways. You know, it is not unidirectional. Okay, so food can move in both the direction, guys, from bottom to top, top to bottom, anyways. Clear? Fine. And now let us try to learn about the components of phloem. Components of phloem. Okay, so like xylem, we also have 4 components for phloem. The first component is sieve tubes. Sieve tubes. Clear? And the second component is companion cells. Companion cells. And the third component is phloem parenchyma. And the last one is phloem fibers. Phloem fibers. Okay, so these are the 4 components of phloem tissue. Coming to the sieve tubes, you know, these sieve tubes are elongated tubes. Elongated tubes with sieves. They actually consist sieves. Sieves in the sense small pores or small, very small holes. Okay, are called sieves. Clear? And if you want to see their structure, you know, this is how they look. Elongated tubes, right? And all over small pores would be there. Clear? See? Like this. This is one sieve tube and this is another sieve tube. You know, say one sieve tube is placed on another. It goes on a long channel of sieve tubes continuously present in all over the plant body. Fine. And food is transported. Food is transported. Okay. Through these sieve tubes. Through these sieve tubes. Remember, guys, food is moving through these sieve tubes from one place to another place. Clear? And coming to the companion cell. Companion in the sense what? Friend, isn't it? Say, every sieve tube is actually associated with companion cell. Say, for example, this is one sieve tube, right? This is one sieve tube. And this is another sieve tube. Okay, say this sieve tube is associated with one cell called companion cell. This sieve tube is associated with one cell called companion cell. This is what we actually call it as companion cell. Okay, so this is a friend cell. This actually, encourages a sieve tube to conduct food from one place to another place. Okay, without a companion cell, without a friend cell, actually sieve tube will not do its job properly. If it has to do its job properly, what is its job? Carrying food from one place to another place. If it has to do its job properly, companion cells are must and should. Okay, they actually help. They guide the sieve tubes in transporting food. Okay, so what is the function of companion cell here? They guide the sieve tubes in transporting food. in transporting food. Okay, so that is what we call companion cell. And remember, sieve tubes are living cells. Okay, they are living cells. Companion cells are also living cells. Remember, this point is very important, guys. Phloem parenchyma is also living cells. Okay, and this phloem parenchyma work is to store food, nothing much. Okay, it actually stores food, right? And phloem fibers, they are the dead cells. Okay, so only phloem fibers are dead cells, but in case of xylem, all have dead cells except xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma was the only living cells. Yes or no? Remaining tracheids, vessels, as well as fibers, all were having dead cells. But here, sieve tubes are living, companion cells are living, parenchyma is living, but phloem fibers are dead. So what is the work done by phloem fibers? Just gives strength, okay, mechanical support to the tissue. That's it. So this is all about the phloem tissue. Okay, say sieve tubes, companion cells, parenchyma, phloem fibers, all are present together. Okay, and this is present as a bundle, and this bundle, is present in almost all parts of a plant. Okay, so this is how these are sieve tubes. Each and every sieve tube is associated with one companion cell, and somewhere here you will find the parenchyma cells. Okay, this is the phloem parenchyma, and after that you will have phloem fibers. So all four cells are present together, and this is how they run all over the plant body. Clear, guys? Actually speaking, in a tree or a plant, both xylem and phloem are present together only. The bundles of xylem, the bundles of phloem are present together, okay, to all parts of a plant. But there is a tissue which separates xylem from phloem. There is a tissue present in between xylem and phloem that is called cambium. Okay, just you will get an idea. Just observe this picture here. Say, imagine this is our tree. Okay, I am drawing a very big bark. It's a very big tree. Okay, and this is a leaf part, branches part of a tree. This is a bark. Okay, and here in the bark area, I'm going to show you how xylem and phloem are present. Right? So initially I will draw xylem. I will draw xylem tissue. Okay. Say xylem tissue is having 4 different cells, 4 components. All 4 components are present together, isn't it? Say this is our xylem vessels, which is having pits. Okay, which is having pits, and this is another xylem vessel. This is another xylem vessel. Okay, and after that, imagine tracheids are present. So this is a tracheid. This is xylem tracheids. Okay, and this is xylem parenchyma. This is xylem parenchyma and xylem vessel. Okay, say this is the xylem tissue where you have all the 4 components, which is there right from roots to all parts of a plant. It runs, it goes, it forms a channel, and it is present in almost all the parts of a plant like this. Okay, and here you actually have a tissue. Okay, in between xylem and phloem you have certain cells. This is actually a tissue, and this tissue is called as cambium. This is called cambium, guys. Okay, and after cambium comes phloem. Okay, and we know the 4 components of phloem, right? So imagine this is a sieve tubes. These are the sieve tubes which are having sieves. Sieves are nothing but small holes or pores, And here in the xylem, you actually have those small holes are called pits. So in the xylem, you have pits, but in the phloem, you have sieves. Okay, be careful. And each and every sieve tube is associated with a companion cell. This is a companion cell. And later you have a phloem parenchyma. This is a phloem parenchyma. And later you have, phloem fiber. Okay, so these are the four components of phloem. These are the four components of xylem. See, this is how xylem and phloem are present together in a plant, and they run from bottom to almost all parts of a plant. Okay, guys, can you tell me what are the differences between xylem and phloem? Imagine I'm writing points of xylem here and points of phloem here. Okay, what are the differences? Now we have learnt entire things about xylem and phloem, but what are the different things? What are the differences you found between them? See, the very first point is xylem actually conducts water, conducts in the sense carries water from roots to leaves. Not only roots to leaves, roots to all parts of a plant. Okay, but what is the work of phloem? Conducts food from leaves to all parts of the plant body, to all parts. Yes or no? So this is a major difference. This guy actually conducts water and this guy conducts food. And the phloem, the xylem tissue conducts water in only one direction. Yes or no? Conducts water in only one direction. Yes or no? Only from bottom to top it can carry the water. Okay? Not from top to bottom. It can only carry the water from bottom to top. That is what we will call it as unidirectional. Unidirectional, very important word. Okay. But here, can conduct food from top to bottom, and also from bottom to top. Bottom to top, guys. Okay, so that's the reason phloem's direction is bidirectional. Bi means two. Yes or no? So in both the direction, food can be transported. Clear? In a plant body. And next major difference is except xylem parenchyma, all are dead cells. Yes or no? All in the sense what? Remaining, that is tracheids, vessels and fibers. Okay, these three are actually made up of dead cells. Only xylem parenchyma is a living cell. Okay, and here except fibers, except phloem fibers, all are living. All in the sense who? Sieve tubes, companion tube, companion cells, and also the phloem parenchyma. All the three are living, but the phloem fibers are dead. Okay, so these are the major differences between xylem and phloem you have to remember, right? And now we will see certain pictures and a beautiful visual on xylem and phloem. On xylem and phloem, see the xylem, these are the vessels, and see the elongated things are the tracheids, and this is fiber. Okay, say that is xylem fibers, the dead cells. All the three are actually the dead cells only. You can see the structure of vessel. You know, it is a fat elongated tube where you have pits. Okay, and trachea structure, you can see it's a elongated one. Okay, and this is also having a pits, but there is a difference between the structure of trachea and vessel, isn't it? Fine. And coming to the phloem, this is sieve tubes. This is one sieve tube, this is another sieve tube. Each and every sieve tube is associated with a companion cell. You can see this is a companion cell, this is a sieve tube, and these guys are sieves, which are nothing but small holes through which food goes. And this is phloem fiber, a dead cell. Okay, and now let us see a visual on xylem and phloem, how both of them are present together. In between there is a separation called cambium. Okay, observe this. See, this is a stem. Inside, if you see, this is xylem, this is phloem, guys, and this thing is cambium. Okay, see, the dark green one is xylem, where you can see water flowing in only one direction, guys. You can see water going from bottom to top only, but you see this light green color one is phloem, where food is going in two direction. You can observe that. See, food is going from bottom to top, top to bottom also, right? And these are companion cells actually. Okay, so this is phloem, companion cell. This is xylem. In between xylem and phloem, cambium is there. So this is how xylem and phloem will stay together throughout the plant. Okay, in all parts of a plant, this is how xylem and phloem stays together, guys. But what is separating between xylem and phloem? The cambium. Clear? So that's all about xylem and phloem. Xylem carries water from bottom to top, and phloem carries food from bottom to top or top to bottom also. Clear? Fine.